Hello, everyone. So I'm back today, and I'm here to talk about another film I saw at the Toronto After Dark Film Festival, and that film is, of course, The Last Exit. Now, The Last Exit is a movie set during a vicious storm. Two criminal brothers on the run seek refuge in a desolate farmhouse. Taking their resident family captive, they find the house holds dark secrets of its own. Dun dun dun. Okay, that movie was awesome. That movie was great. It did give you a lot of like weird, messed up, super messed up, Tangled vibes. And it's a movie which, again, it's a horror movie, thriller, horror kind of thing. And it's a movie which I think really does live up to its um, uh, lives up to its kind of name, right? And the movie also goes by the name Little Bone Lodge. Should just point that out. This is a very small cast movie, but again, you just kind of like sitting there, and then your mouth just hangs open, right? And you're kind of like, oh my god, what just happened, right? And it's very much, especially because of just the way that this film kind of reveals things. And there are also moments which are pure joy. And again, in such a messed up movie, you wouldn't think that there would be kind of pure joy moments, right? But there were moments where it kind of got a little bit to the point of ridiculousness where people in the theater were just laughing, right? And I think that was intentional in with the movie, and I think it was because you had intimidating characters, you had um, all of these other things. Even though it's not a great movie, and it has its flaws, um, it's it's entertaining, it's intense, it's like you're on the edge of your seat and you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next. um, I do think, again, I think the end kind of, which got a little bit chaotic, I think they kind of realized, okay, we gotta wrap this thing up. And I think you did see some of that with some of almost the hilarity of the ridiculousness. But you can tell that there were certain things, like, for example, Tangled. Now, which took some level, like it took some level of inspiration from, but at the same time, there are things where, like, there are still moments in this movie, actually, now that I think about it, where it was kind of like that could have been better, right? The there's certain story elements, I guess, which could have been better. I think there were certain plot twists which kind of felt a little bit forecasted. I think the acting still was great, and I think a lot of the character moments are great. I think the mother is very intimidating, and I loved it. Um, the Maisie was also really good, and she was really good at kind of holding that innocence and also that kind of level of naivety. Um, and I do think a lot of work, but I think there were some moments where they kind of over kind of hinted at some of the things, and I think that kind of did take away from a little bit of the surprise, as much as I did love kind of the way it all turned out. And I think the actors did do a lot of stuff in this film, which, again, you should give them a lot of credit. It's a very small cast as well, right? Like, it's a very restricted cast, just because of where it is. And I think the resolution of the movie is also a little bit weird, right? Because you're kind of like sitting there like, okay, is this how they're going to end it? They don't really give you like this true conclusion. Now, of course, this is a Shutter Island esque thriller, except, again, I think Shutter Island, for example, ends so much better and ends in such a concise way, which I don't think this movie did. Now, this movie is only an hour 33 minutes, so I think it did have some unfortunate disadvantages of that. But yeah, I definitely think there's, a few things which could have been better with this movie, but at the end of the day, it was a pretty good movie, well acted. It's if you like thrillers, if you like those kind of movies, you're going to love this movie. Or at least you'll enjoy it as a watch, right? And I think that's all that matters. So I would probably say about a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, something in that range. I do think that it having such a great cast was very, very important to this movie's ability to kind of present the story. I do think the story was still fun, even though, it is a little bit predictable. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the movie, then let us know in the comments. Please follow us on social media at comicboys_. Subscribe, like, do all that stuff, because we've got some other stuff from Toronto After Dark coming out, and we've also got a whole bunch of other things. So you don't want to miss any of that stuff. Anyways, see you later. Bye.